There's something to be said for working as hard as you can, meeting your goals, getting to the apex, going down, and doing it all again tomorrow. So that's what I'm gonna do. Go down, do it all again tomorrow. Getting started on day, I don't even know what day it is anymore. It says day 8 on commute, but it could be 9 or 10 really. Clear skies this morning. It says it's gonna rain this afternoon. It said it was gonna rain yesterday afternoon and it never did. I'm just gonna trust it. I'm gonna go 55 kilometers, try to get into camp before 2 p.m. again, hang out for the day. Today's gonna be an easy day because I think tomorrow is gonna be a very hard day. So I'll do about 1,000 meters up today and about 2,000 meters up tomorrow. This water is usually perfectly like crystal clear blue. I don't know why it's not this morning. My guess is that since the rain yesterday, it's kind of washing out a lot of sediment and it's in the water. This is my opponent for the day. I can see the switchbacks heading up. It's gonna be a long ride. Although it's not that many kilometers. My legs just are not what they were on day 1. They're getting tired. Here you can see the incline that I am working with. This is where I've been coming from right here. This is where I'm going. It is so steep. I might just end up walking this last few kilometers. I don't really have any excuses. The only thing I can think of why I'm having so much trouble climbing is the weight on my backpack here and the elevation, but I'm only at about 6,000 feet right now. And then obviously being worn down over the days of doing this. So I think it's a amalgam of a few different things here. Made it to the top of the rock here. It's all downhill from here today if I want. I need to look up some more campgrounds because I might want to go further. I'm just afraid that I am not going far enough to make it to Frankfurt on time. I don't think 50 kilometers or 55 kilometers a day is enough. So I gotta see if there's another campground about 65 kilometers away because I don't think I can make it to the one that's 80 away. So I'm gonna sit here, enjoy this view for a minute, eat some food, and then head on down the mountain. In the beginning, the views were not what I expected from the Alps, but now we are entering the Alps views. This is like screensaver level views right now. Good morning. It rained last night. It was fine though. I kind of fell asleep to it, woke up. Everything in my tent is wet, but it's not from the rain. The dew point becomes significantly closer to the ambient temperature when it rains. And so like everything under my sleeping pad was wet and the top of my sleeping bag was wet. What I actually wanted to say was I thought I was out of euros. I thought I didn't have any more cash with me, and luckily I just found some more in my passport bag. It's important if you're gonna do a trip like this to have, and you're gonna stay in the French Alps or
probably in the Alps anywhere, it's important to have cash with you. A lot of these places don't have internet because it's so spotty or they just can't rely on it as a business. So you need to have cash with you. Luckily, I am not spending much. I probably am only spending 20 to 40 euros a day right now, because really it's just 10 euros a day for camping and about 20 to 30 a day for food. So the moral of the story is bring a few €100 of cash with you, especially if you plan to stay at campgrounds. I'm not sure if the hotels accept cash or credit card, probably do. Casino Shops is a grocery store, and then also the Proxies and the Carrefours also do, but the campgrounds do not. It's little mom and pop places.
Stopped in this cute little town before heading up the steepest part of my day. Been going up already for about 40 minutes now, but now it's time for the steep part. Got 11 kilometers left to the summit. There's these nice signs, which I'll show you, that tell you each kilometer and then what the percentage grade is gonna be for that kilometer, so you know like how steep it's gonna be. Just got a Coke, gotta power up before I go up this thing. Don't have much food right now, so once I get to the top, I'm gonna head down, try to buy some food right away for lunch. This is the sign that I was talking about that they have every kilometer, and you can see here it is an 8.9% grade for the next kilometer. We are currently at 1,825 meters, and the altitude that we are going to is 2,360 meters, which is about 7,000 feet. Here we are with 1 kilometer to go to the summit. Pretty proud of this one. I was able to bike up most of the last 8 kilometers at a good 8 to 9% grade the entire time. Amazing views coming up. Lots of bikers today. Lots of people out hiking. And I am just loving this route. Lots of people at the top here. This must be a popular one. I can tell you these are some of the best views of the entire trip. Many mountains around us are covered in snow. Wow. Once you make it to the top of the mountain, you enjoy the sights, take a couple pictures. There's nothing left to do but head down. Now before I go, I've been thinking about this. I know I've said this before. Everybody appreciates this view in a different way, and nobody is appreciating it as much as me or those 2 guys you see down there going 2 kilometers an hour on the way up, or these guys who are about to come into frame who rode up all morning long. Nobody's appreciating it as much as us. Everybody gets to appreciate these views in our own way, and everybody has a right to appreciate it however they want. There's something to be said for working as hard as you can, meeting your goals, getting to the apex, going down, and doing it all again tomorrow. So that's what I'm gonna do. Go down, do it all again tomorrow. I could not find a place in town to get a hotel, and the campsite that I was planning on going to was closed, even though there was reviews on Google like 3 weeks ago. So tonight will be my first night of wild camping. I am in a wildflower field, but I found like a little tucked in spot behind some trees. There's 2 layers of trees behind me and the street. So I'm feeling good about this spot. I'm still gonna wait a couple hours till around 8:30 p.m. to set up the tent, just so nobody sees it set up. But I think I'll be fine here. There is somebody's like horse stables about 100 feet away, and the horses aren't there, so I feel like they're out right now. So that's why I'm kind of waiting, but I feel like this is gonna be a safe spot. I'm just gonna be respectful as I can and wait to set up the tent until later. One downside of this spot is there's these huge fire ants all over. What people do is they try to set it up around 9 p.m. or dark, and then they try to take it all down by 5 a.m. so that nobody sees them in the morning. That'll work out just fine for me because I got a lot of riding to do tomorrow. Made it out of the campsite, about to head out on the road. Didn't sleep that great last night, but I got about 6 hours probably. Just checked my map and the elevation chart, and there's no red on the elevation chart. There's just a little bit on this first mountain. So that means that it's all gonna be under 8% grade for the first 20 kilometers. Yes, it's 20 kilometers up, but as long as it's under 8%, I can keep cycling. Okay, made it to the top of the mountain. That last kilometer was just so hard. I actually walked it because it was over a 9% grade. And it's great, there's only a few bikers here. So happy to see everybody's just like overjoyed. I think this might be the highest point of my entire trip. It is 2,642 meters here at Col du Galibier. Oh, I gotta go down today, and then I gotta go up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and then I will be done for the day, but won't be anywhere near this elevation again. So, as always, there's nothing left to do now but go down. Gonna head down, try to get to a town, have some lunch, probably take a break for a while, and keep it moving. Got about 75 to 90 kilometers to do today, depending on where I end up camping. Am right smack dab in the middle of the Alps right now, and I've been going pretty hard for a few days, doing like 60-75 kilometers per day. So today I'm gonna take an easy day. I'm just gonna go about 30 kilometers. I'm not even gonna go up an entire mountain. I'm just gonna get about halfway up the next mountain, and it's looking like I'm gonna have some trouble finding campgrounds after that. So tonight I need to do some research about days 13 through 17, I guess, and figure out where I'll be camping. Might have to just stay at some bed and breakfasts or some hotels instead. Well, I'm running into a slight problem here. The campground that I wanted to stay at tonight is closed, and I have not been able to find another one that's open. It seems like the further north I get, it's late May right now, the further north I get, these places have not opened yet. They're not opening for another 2 weeks or so. So, I am frantically checking every single availability online, but I'm also wasting my phone battery and time. It's 7:45 a.m., so I need to get going if I need to go far today. I could not find any campsites tonight after searching for about an hour this morning. So I had the smart idea to look at Airbnb and found a place, rented it. The person just has to accept it now. It's right in the town that I want to go to called Bessens, and it's just after the town. It's about a 40-kilometer day today, so it'll be much easier than the others. I will hopefully get to rest at this Airbnb for a while, get cleaned up a bit, and hang out. I definitely need to plan more the next few days of where I'm gonna stay. Probably try to book them tonight so that there's no worry about it. And I really just have about 3 or 4 days left in the Alps before I finish, so it shouldn't be too much logistics. Just met my first 2 Americans. They were also having trouble finding a place to stay tonight, but they are going much further than me. They're from Utah, so they brought their bikes here. They're serious bikers. It was great to meet some Americans though, some other English speakers. It brought back a little bit of home to me, rejuvenated me for the road ahead. Well, I met a dude from Belgium and he was at my campsite last night actually. So we stopped and had coffee back at the last town. He was actually going to Torino and I am heading north. So our paths were splitting right at the moment that we met, which was fun. We got to talk, we connected on Instagram, and now I am heading up a small mountain. I'm cutting short what would be a huge mountain tomorrow. I probably only have about 8 kilometers left to get to my Airbnb tonight. Amazing views. I will say I regret not getting out early this morning because it is much hotter and I'm getting in much later than I would like to. It's gonna be about 2:30 p.m. when I get to the Airbnb, and then I'll have to leave and go back to the supermarket because the supermarkets are closed till 4. So we have a slight change of plan. I just got to the B&B about an hour ago, and the gentleman who owns the place told me in broken English that the road that I intend to take north is still closed until June, which is, it's only a few days away, but I don't have that time to wait. I have to reroute. I have to go back to Menton where I just came from and then go north from there. It will be much flatter and faster, but I do have to backtrack about 45 kilometers. It's also very strange. He kind of let people, whoever was staying here before, like leave their stuff, and they're coming back around 4, he said, to pick it up. But the people hadn't really like packed out their stuff yet. This has just been a whirlwind of an experience. He just brought me up to his house and cooked me steak and lentils and fruit salad and bread and cheese, and he gave me beer, and he just made me feel like at home, and he's gonna drive me to a restaurant in town tonight. So this whole thing, I'd be upset if this town, about this reroute, but this town is just surrounded by 10,000-foot peaks and wildflower fields, and it's just breathtaking. I'm speechless when I go outside. If this is the end of my Alps tour, that's okay with me. I don't feel like I missed too much, although I will have to come back and hike the Vanoise another time, maybe this summer actually.